Hi FlossTube. My name is Jennifer. I am the Calculated Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. I am here trying to film my WIP parade for the second time. The first time I videoed it or recorded it or whatever you call it, I went to upload it onto YouTube, and for some reason it said I had to free up storage on my phone, but my phone had let me record the whole 2 hours and some odd minutes of video. Anyway, it would not work. No matter what I deleted, it would not work. So I even cleaned out, like, it deleted all my trash, everything. So it doesn't matter. So I decided to, uploaded a shorter floss tube the other day. And so now I'm going to do my WIP parade and see if I can get it to upload now. Also, very quickly, if you watched my journal, the making the cover of a journal video, if you entered the contest, I will be pulling the winner this weekend because I plan on videoing. So on my next video, I will announce the winner. So just FYI. All right, so let's get to it. So I have 4 WIPs. That's it. Because, and I've said this on my floss tube, I have decided that when I was thinking about it, a work in progress should be something that you have been working on this year. Well, since this year just started, I decided that just the projects that I am currently working on will be my WIPs, which to me makes sense. The rest of them have all been started, so I have decided to call them stalled starts. And so then I took all of my stalled starts and I put them into 3 categories. So, but before we get to that, I want to show you what 4 WIPs that I have worked on thus far this year. So the first one is, and I showed this, I'm pretty sure, in my last floss tube, which wasn't very long ago. So you may want to fast forward through this part because I have not worked on this one. This is Christmas Garden and it's by Blackbird Designs. It is in the Home for the Holidays book, and it is a very muted palette, and so I changed up the colors, and it only calls for 4, so I changed up the colors, and I got this idea from Kippy, the academic stitcher. She and I are doing a stitch along, and she said she saw it at a needle workshop stitched over 1, and I thought, that is wonderful. And so I switched my colors to some Cottage Garden threads, which, by the way, stitch beautifully. I do not know if you've used them yet, but I love Cottage Garden threads. And so I'm trying to slowly buy all of them. I would like a complete set so I could do some conversions. So this is what I have thus far. I'm stitching this 1 over 1 on 28 count marbled bunny, and I'm pretty sure it's by X Jude Designs. So it is a beautiful color linen. So this is what I have completed. So I haven't really worked on it. Well, I haven't worked on it since my last floss tube. So look, I have linen threads are just dangling everywhere. Anyway, so that is one WIP that I have, and I'm going to sit down and figure out how I can get it finished by November. So maybe I can get it finished for Christmas, but we'll see. In this book, there are also stockings right here, and they have the letters of the alphabet, and I love anything with letters on it. And I have finished one, and I have barely began another. So this is a stalled start. So this is an example of a stalled start. This is on 35 count something. Whatever the call for was, I'm pretty sure, because 35 count's a weird count. So this is the one that I finished, and this is the one that I began. I did it so it was going to be like this, so that the stocking then could come this way. Anyway, so this is a stalled start. And I don't have any plans to work on it this year. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I have them there in case. So that is one WIP that I have. Another WIP. This is one. It's by Fox and Rabbit Designs. And it's called the Shepherd Sampler. Yes, the Shepherd Sampler. This is a digital rendering of the sampler, and I do not know if this is a reproduction or if it's an original, but it's by Fox and Rabbit, and it was when they reached 1,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. They released this, and on I think it was the first post I did on this on my Instagram, someone asked if the chart was still available, and I emailed I think Bryn is the one who answers the emails, and he said that it is still available, and he gave me the link, and so I attached it onto my Instagram. So if you're interested, look at my Instagram, and it should be there. So anyway, so I did this, and I started this on New Year's Day, and I wanted to get it finished, and I'm using the called for DMCs with the exception of 2. And I'm stitching it on a 40 count linen, and it's linen that I get from Farm Girl. I'm a member of her Patreon group, and so I think it's once a quarter we get linen, and it has a green tint. I think it's reading pretty true right there. And that's as big as it's going to be right there. There's the bottom. Boop, 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 boop. That's the bottom. So I would like to get it finished this month, but I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. So we'll see. I really am loving this, and I think it's beautiful. The 2 colors that I changed, the orangey color that it calls for these flowers, I think was $3.49, and I changed it to $3.47, or vice versa, whichever way makes it more of a red color. The 3 that I did stitch and the breast of the red bird here, it still has the original orange color. It was just reading very Halloween, and it's a subtle change, and I don't even know if you can see it on the screen. But anyway, I talked about that on my last floss tube, so I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. So that, oh, and also the other color I changed was the pink, the other pink for the other 2 sides for the flowers. If you're interested in that, you can. I just went with a more melony pink instead of the very bright pink that it was called for. So I'm hoping to finish that by the last day of this month, the end of January. So this is this was my Christmas Day start, and this is my Sunday stitches, and it's His Eye is on the Sparrow, and it's by Heartstring Samplery. And of course, it's a big one. It is a large stitch, but I just started it, and I started over here, and I've only stitched on it a little bit on Christmas Day, because I mean, how much can get done on Christmas? In my house, not much. And then 2 Sundays. I missed one of the Sundays, so I'm using the called for floss, and I'm stitching mine on 40 count Creme Brulee by Tabby Cat linen, and it is a beautiful linen. Now, if you don't like modeling, you're not going to like the linen, but I love it. So I'll show you from far away. It's very model, but it's gorgeous. So this is how much I have completed. This is one that I don't like to stop. So Sunday night, you know, I've got to go to school Monday morning. I have to tell myself, that's it, stop. And I'm like, no, just one more length of thread, just one more length of floss, whatever. Anyway, so I am really enjoying this. So that's how far I've gotten on this one. Now, I have no ideas that I will have this finished this year. I know I will not, but I like the idea that you have a stitch on Sunday. So now, if I want to stitch on something else, I'm not saying I can only do this one on Sunday, but I like that as of right now. And you know me, I like to change my mind. So that was my 3rd WIP. And then this one I started yesterday, which was the 15th? No, 16th. I started this on the, oh yeah, hello. I started this on January 16th. This is for a Sal to celebrate Brenda's big birthday Sal. That's the hashtag Brenda's Big Birthday Sal. And it is for Brenda of Brenda and the Cereal Starter. It is her 60th birthday. This is by the Scarlet House. And it is gorgeous. Martha Evans is the name of this one. I love the blue color. I just really like it. So I started this yesterday, and it's on 56 count parchment. Put my glasses on so I can read it. 56 count parchment, and I'm using the call for 103s, but I don't have 2 of them. And one of them is the color, the green color. Well, they're both the greens, but this green for the border right here. Well, I always start on the border, so I was just, I don't know. It took me a while to say, Jennifer, just start in the center. So I said, okay, so I found the center, this color, same color as the border. So what I did, I found the center, and then I said, okay, skip up about an inch because it's 56 count. I skipped up about an inch, and I started here, and then I just started traveling around the center cartouche. And so I've only stitched on this one day, which was yesterday, but I really, really liked it. So here's my 56. It's a small piece, but it's 56 count, so it won't take that much. Here, whoop, that's how much I have completed. I love these colors. Absolutely love these colors. Never would have put them together, but I do love them. So pretty. So that, I know I won't work on this month unless I get finished with my Fox and Rabbit. So those are my only 4 WIPs that I'll have this month. So those are all my WIPs. So now let's talk about my stalled starts. So I divided them into 3 groups. Well, actually I had 4. One was give ups or restarts. And I have already thrown away the give ups, and the restarts I've already repackaged and put back into my kitted objects and with the kitted things. So I can't show you those. I'm sorry. Now, my 12 by 12, I'll have to tell you this is a new give up. My 12 by 12, I've already talked about this in multiple videos. Sorry, my allergies. Hold on one second. I just need a drink. Okay, so 12 by 12 was started by Kia B and Pam with Just Keep Stitching. And so Kia does 12 new starts between noon and midnight on New Year's Eve. And I think Pam worked on her WIPs. Well, that's what I decided to do because the year before I had started 12 new things, and I picked things that were series or related somehow. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to do those 12 again, work on them just an hour, which you don't get very much. I don't get very much done in an hour. So then I decided, okay, well, there are 12 months in a year. So I'm going to take one of those 12 by 12 WIPs. Well, now they're stalled starts, but each month, and I work on it for 12 days. So I made a decision wheel, which I love. Thank you, Stephanie. I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but I love that decision wheel. And, well, and Pam uses one too. And it's fun to spin it. And so it landed on the Little House Needleworks ABCs. And I have like all the different seasons and stuff. And when I was stitching on it New Year's Eve, I thought, I don't really know if I like this. Where am I going to put it in my house? I've gotten to the point where at my age, I mean, and I know some people are going to be like, no, you're only 51. But really, I wish I had started stitching when I was like in my, teens or something, so I could have more done. But I've been stitching for 4 years, and I just want to make sure that I get to stitch the things that I like the best, and not just things that are like, oh, they're okay, So when I kind of thought about that when I was doing it on New Year's Eve. And then that's what I spun for January. So when I started stitching on it one night, I thought, I really am not liking this. It's cute. I think they're really cute. But there are so many other things that I'd rather do. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to give it up. And the ones that, the one that I started, I'll just give away to someone probably. But the others I'll probably put in my destash video when I do that. So I thought, I'm in this like purging, cleaning, kind of simplifying my life. Sorry. It was 81 today, and now it's like the wind is blowing, and I'm afraid the cedar is just, it's stirring up the cedar. So anyway, one of my groups of the 4 was the give ups and restarts, and I had like 2 or 3 like Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts that I tried to start on larger counts, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm going to restart them either 1/1 or on a different piece of linen. And I already have those kitted up and back into my kitted. I have them all alphabetized, so they're in there to get restarted. So then my third group was I still like it, but it's not of high importance to me right now. So these can change at any time, you know, stitchers, we change our minds. So I'm going to show you that group first. And then I have a second group that is I really like to get it done, but I'm not like trying to get it done this year and the next couple of years, maybe after that. And then I have group 1, which are the ones that sit in a little basket by my chair in the living room where I stitch. And those are I really want to work on these. So, and I want to only have one chart from each designer in that bucket at a time. So you're going to see things like a lot of hat samplers all the way through, because I'm only allowing myself to have one in that first bucket. So we're going to look at the group 3, which is my lowest priority. So the first one we're going to look at is actually a hat sampler, Hands Across the Sea. And this one, I better put my glasses on so I can read them, is Heather Jardine, I'm not really sure. And this one was a PDF. And I think this one was the one you got for free when you bought the one from Traditional Stitches. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm pretty sure you probably can buy this. I don't know, but I got it as a download. So I started this one on 46 count Jolly Green. And this linen is made by Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts. And I only have a tiny little start. I started the border. And I think this was the first time I tried 46 count. And so I told myself, maybe we need to wait a little bit. So I stopped working on it then. So I do have all the 103s. So this is just a bag I made myself. It's when I was making bags for my Etsy shop. I just haven't had time for that either. I've had people ask me again, and I'm like, I just haven't had time. But I really like toile, so I was kind of, I guess, selfish and kept this bag for myself. So that one is in my group 3. And the reason it's in group 3 is because I have so many other hat samplers that I want to get done before that one. So it's just sitting there. This one isn't because I'm mad at myself. Plus I have other blackbirds to do. So this comes from the Agnes Platts Strawberry Sampler. This one by Blackbird Designs. This one, Misty Purcell one year had as her birthday stitch along. And I was like, oh, I'm always for whatever Misty's doing. And I think she started this one. And for some reason, I thought she was starting this one. So I started this one. Well, then when I figured out I was doing the wrong one, I was like, oh. So then I just stopped and put it away because I was mad at myself. So it's still beautiful. But like I said, I have other Blackbird stuff in my group 1, which I will show you later. This I am stitching on, do I know what I'm stitching on? 36 count Legacy linen. And These are the substitutions I had to make for it to work. And another reason I stopped this is I have learned that I don't like 36 count. My stitches don't look right. This one's not as bad. I guess the weave is a little tighter, but I don't feel like my stitches look as good as they do on some other ones. So, isn't that pretty linen though? So anyway, this one is in here, and it may be a give up, and I may just, maybe I should give up and then go back and stitch this one because that's the one she did. It might. That's why it's in 3, because I'm not sure exactly. This is another bag when I first was making bags. This is the Celebrate the Suffrage Act on the anniversary. Isn't that pretty? So that's one I made. And I kept one because I thought that was a special occasion. Other than that, I pretty much have these kind of bags. So, except I've had some sweet, sweet friends who have given me bags. Those bags I still have. All right, so this one I made myself put in group 3 because I know that it's huge. And if I put it in group 1, I'm going to keep trying to pull it out. And so group 3, I keep in back here. Here, I'll show you. I've shown y'all before, but I'll kind of. So this top shelf houses group 3 and part of group 2. These are all hats samplers that are kitted. And I have a bunch more that are not kitted. I have like 2 magazine things of theirs. So, and then of course, then they're in alphabetical order. I have more, and then I have a filing cabinet on the other side of that has them. But, so I keep my 2s and 3s back here so I'm not as tempted to pull from them. That's in my mind. That's supposed to work. We'll see. So this is the Anne Rayner sampler. Ugh, I love this sampler. But I'm working on some other big ones, and I told myself, you need to finish those first. So this is by Threads Through Time. And I do have this kitted up with the silk. And I just did a small start, if I remember correctly. So this is on 40 count Fox and Rabbit Mayflower, which is one of my favorite linens. Mayflower and Duxbury. So this is my teeny tiny start. That's it. So I just wanted to start it. For me, starting them is the hardest part. So once I have them started, then I can just pull it out and I know exactly where to go, and I don't have to worry about placement and finding the correct thread and all that kind of thing. So I made myself put this one in 3 until I get rid of some, or not rid of, finished with some of my bigger projects. So it's in a holding pattern, I guess you could say. So this is another hat sampler. This is Ann Morrison. Ann Morrison. This is the one that was celebrating traditional stitches. It was one of their anniversaries. Yep, 20th anniversary. So I have a problem when there are a bunch of people stitching things. I don't really get on Instagram. I post my things and I'll look at a few posts or a few hashtags that I follow. But if I see like a whole bunch of people and they are like just booking it through it, I get very discouraged, and so I stop. So I like to stitch things that not a lot of other people are stitching. And there may be a lot of people stitching what I'm stitching, but I don't do Facebook and I don't look at a lot of Instagram except for the people that I follow. So anyway, this to say, I started this and then I got very discouraged. And I think this one was on 46 count also. And I have it kitted with the 103s. And yeah, it's 46 count. It came in a kit. And you can tell, again, I had just started like 46 count. And so I was counting by 10s. And then I told myself, nope, just stop. And now I'm like, why, Jennifer? It's not that difficult. So I just needed some practice before I could do it. So I'm ready for that now. But like I said, I have some other Hands Across the Sea samplers that I would like to get done before this one. So that's why it's in 3. 3 is not a bad thing. It just means that not right this minute. Okay. Next one, my husband's going to be so thrilled because I already had to pull all this out and then organize it and then put it back, and now I pulled it all back out again. Okay, so this one I'm on the fence about, and so that's why this one, my nose, is in group 3. I love this chart. This is Flea Market Flowers. It's by Lori Holt, and the colors are just vibrant, but this is another one that I'm like, it matches nothing in my house. My house is all in dark colors, dull colors, antiques. I mean, that kind of thing. And this just doesn't, but there is something about it that speaks to me. So I made myself put it away, and we're going to see what happens. But when I picked this out, I started this, I started it a long time ago, back when it first came out. And here are the called for DMCs. I mean, not my colors, but aren't they beautiful? I mean, I can appreciate them. And I'm stitching this on Jobelan, 28 count Jobelan, and it's just black. And I'm stitching it 1 over 1. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. That's how small my start is here. Okay. Here's my start. And, oh, it's blowing it out. Okay, wait. Here we go. So, can you see how pretty that is? I mean, I'm not sure what it is. So, there we go. Now you can kind of see it. You just can't see the stitches very well. So, they're teeny tiny little stitches. I love them. I love the colors on this black. Oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And so, but every time I stitch it, I'm enjoying the stitching, but then I just sit there and think, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to put it? So I need to get that out of my mind, because this one I like so much that I don't think I need to have a place. And I'm thinking maybe one of my kids would like it or something. Maybe that's what I need to think about. Anyway, so I didn't want to put that one in the give up pile just because I just like it so much. And I think it's such a pretty design. Anyway, and it's Lori Holt. Who doesn't love Lori Holt? All right, so next one. Whoa. Next one. This one is an Al Forrest embroidery. And I started this one a long time ago. Let's see if I have mine. I started it 2021. May 9th, 2021. So this one is called Southern Land. Southern Land. And again, Al Forrest embroidery. And I love these colors. Absolutely love these colors. And so I did a conversion to NPIs. And so it was a Mother's Day start. And here are my NPIs that I chose. And I'm stitching this on 40 count espresso. And I put this one away for 2 reasons. First of all, I feel like I'm repeating myself because I said this before on the other video. First of all, I discovered that I have a hard time stitching in the negative. So stitching the actual motif is great. So like these right here, but leaving the open space for the motif, I had the hardest time counting for that, and I'm not sure what that was. And secondly, and to me it kind of, I know it's not really, but it kind of reads like a Quaker, and I already have like 2 Quaker projects in group 1. So I do love this one, and that one I will definitely finish one day because I just love it. So then this one may be a give up. These are the word plays by Brenda Gervais. And these are the first series that I ever bought, all of them. And I was so excited when I got them because at first they were hard to find. And I think then a lot of people all came into stitching at once or something. And I heard someone say this, I don't know if it was Farm Girl or it was like somebody who actually knows Brenda Gervais. So many people started wanting them that she like started releasing them back into publication, like not just at her shop, but other places. Anyway, I stitched February. It was the very first thing I ever fully finished. I don't even know where that is. Like I got out my Valentine stuff. I don't even know where that is. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, so then this is March, and so it's on a piece of, this is like the 28 count you get at Hobby Lobby. And so there's just the shamrocks. That's all I've started on this one. And I just, this is another thing where I feel like I don't think, there are so many other things that I would rather stitch that I think this one may be a give up also. But I put it in, oh look, this is, isn't that cute? This is another one that may be a give up down the road. Just because, like I said, this is funny. So my daughter was just here and she has done some cross stitch. Like she's worked on cross stitch. And she actually owns, I've done 2 things that I've finished for her. And she went through my box of things that were finished and there were 2 samplers in there. And she was like, oh, can I have these? And so I think I'm going to frame them for her. But before she left, she said, can I have one of your kitted charts or kitted projects? So we started look, well, there's so many. She was like, well, can't you just kind of guide me so I don't have to look through all of them? And she saw something and she said, I like something like this. Well, come to find out, it's Brenda Gervais. She loves the look of her samplers, which I do too. And so, in fact, one of them's on my, I wanted to start this year sometime. And she took 2 of them with her, 2 of my kitted Brenda Gervais reproduction samplers. So I'm excited to see. She took the linen and everything. So she took some 40 count. I don't think she's ever done 40 count before. So it'll be good. I'm very excited. So this, I love Brenda Keys. I tell you what, the Sampler Company. This one is not my favorite of hers. And so I think this is just one that I saw one day. I have to take a drink. Just one second. I hope that's not loud. I should have paused it. I think this was the first one I came upon. And I started stitching it over 2 and it was horrendous. And on 28 count. And I have discovered that I love her. Oh, I didn't tell you the name of it because it's not on the front or on the back. Hold on. Plymouth Sampler. This is the Plymouth Sampler. It's hot in my house. Hold on. So, I discovered that I love her patterns or charts stitched on 28 count over 1. That's my favorite. That's like my go-to for her. With the called for DMC. She does a wonderful job. Because look at the big stitches. They're my big, look how ugly those stitches are. I'm telling you, craziness. So here's where I restarted it 1 over 1 on 28 count. And that's so much better. So this one I put in 3 just because there are so many other charts of hers that I would like to do before I did this one. So that's why this one got put into 3. Then another hat sampler. This one is Memories of the Past. And I think this is the one that has the verse that I like so much. So where's the title? There it is. So there's the title. And it just has these colors that are so different than what I normally do in a sampler. So I really wanted to start this one. Plus it's in this really cool half booklet. And I just, you know, I'm all about that too. So it is totally kitted up with all the 103s. And this one is 46 count Eureka by Fox and Rabbit. And I've got to take all of the needles out. I still haven't done that. So this is my little start, but isn't that pretty? I really like this one. This will be the first hats that I probably pull out of group 3 because I really like that one. So that's group 3. 2 more in group 3. This one is the Country Cottage Needlework Nutcracker Village. I have all of them in here. It's the whole set of them. And then Fat Quarter Shop has a floss kit, or they did. I don't know if they still do. But I got all of this from Fat Quarter Shop. And I started stitching it 1/1 on oatmeal. And it's really pretty. But I made myself put this away because I'm already doing a little house needlework with the 3x3. So to me, I know they're 2 different companies, but I'm pretty sure someone said they were daughter and mother. So I feel like I just need to have one of these kind of projects where it's like multiple little, 9 different charts. Anyway, but it's going to be stitched over on one piece. So 28 count oatmeal is what I'm stitching this on, 1/1. So this one's in here until I finish my other little house needleworks that you will see project. See later. Okay, next one. I'm zipping it. I had them all open. Okay, my last one, and I think this may be a give up. I can't decide what I'm going to do about this. For some reason, it doesn't matter. Jennifer, just talk. Okay, so this one, I'm looking, I guess it's Mystery Linen. Oh, here we go. 40 count Weeks Dye Works Beige. And this is the Plum House, what do you call them? Salt boxes. So there's the summer, the winter, the autumn, and the spring. What's funny is when I first videoed this, I found out I have 2, I can't remember which one, summer or something. So I was like, oh, well, so that went in my de-stash pile. I started on this one, and all I got stitched was this. And I'm pretty sure I stopped stitching on it because I don't like the way the white stitches look. So I'm thinking that I may just not stitch it. I may not stitch it to make it look like a Polaroid, which is what it looks like to me. I may just stitch what's on the inside, actually, because I really do like the insides. It's this stitching that I'm not very good at. So, just made a decision. So that makes me want to pull this closer to the front. But I have other plum streets that are ahead of it. So, again, that's why it's in group 3. So that is the end of my group 3. So now let me put these away and pull out my group 2, which is probably my largest group, I think. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So the first one I'm going to show you is another little house needleworks, or not another. I don't think I've shown one yet. This is my crinkles, and again, I have another little house ahead of this one. So this one is Kringles, and it is so pretty. And I bought it with the thread kit from Fat Quarter Shop. And this one I am stitching on 46 count Platinum by Weeks Dye Works. And I started this one November 7th, 2021. I really like this. First of all, the linen is beautiful. It has almost a purpley tone to it, but it's a gray. There, that's how much I've gotten done. Just the one little corner. So, really like stitching on this one. So, this one is in group 2. So it'll be the next one to be pulled up when I finish my other little house. Then this one. Long Dog Sampler, Hoity Toity. And if you haven't watched Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, her finish of this is stunning. Made me pull it back out and work on it a few days. This is another one that I'm like, would it really go in my house? I mean, the colors, I think would. The style, I'm not really sure, but I just think it's too pretty. So I will finish this one. But again, I'm doing so many big ones that I told myself I had to choose. And so this one went back over here. And this is just on a 28 count from Hobby Lobby. Again, it's one of the ones where I started over 2 right here and said no. So then I did 1 over 1, and this is how far I've gotten. And I like this one so much better. So I do enjoy some 1 over 1. Need to tell my friend Kippy, she has been stitching over 1, and I'm very impressed. And isn't it addicting? Oops, I almost put that in the wrong bag. Hold on. My bags are all falling together here. So I do love this one, but like I said, I have to pick somehow. Hold on, my floss is in the way. All right. If I throw it on the floor and it's not closed, stuff's going to go everywhere and I'm not going to know what goes to what. So, ooh, this one's, hold on. Okay, that one's ready. This one, cannot wait. But I already have something of hers in group 1. So this is by Teresa Vanette, Shakespeare's Peddler. This is Jane Pattison. I began this one when my mom and I went to see Teresa at the Silver Needle. And let's see if I have a date on here. November 22nd, 2019. That's when I started it. I'm stitching it with the called for wools. So it was my first time to stitch with wools. And so far, I really like it. And here's the thing. I'm stitching it on 32 count because apparently that's what you do when you stitch with wool. You have to use a lower count because I guess it will shred the wool maybe. And I'm stitching it on 32 count apple brown. Apple, I think that's what that says, isn't it? Apple brown. Let me look at mine. I don't know. That's what I think it is. Anyway, this is my start that I got on that trip. And you stitch with 1 on 32 count. So I like stitching with wool on 32 count. I don't mind my stitches at all. So that one I definitely will get back to once I finish my group 1 projects of Teresa's. Okay. Next, these are the, well, if I could find the cover picture. This is Twin Peak Primitives, and this is all about Pam right here. I so want to be Pam when I grow up. Whenever she starts something, I'm like, oh, I jump right in. This is the I'll Be Home series. You're going to see another one caused by Pam. And I wanted to stitch them individually. I usually like to stitch everything together, but when it's monthly, I like to do them individually. And this is by Twin Peak Primitives. And I bought it as a combination kit, so they were all together. I mean, I was all ready. I had all my stuff. I dyed my fabric I tried to make it look like a sky. So blue. This is just that 28 count from Hobby Lobby. And I finished the July, and I really like it. Stitched over 1 on 28 count. And then I started another one. I don't even know which one this is, but I'm sure I have it pulled out. And then I squirreled onto something else. So this one is also in my group 2 because I would like to get this stitched. So Now, my first Twin Peak primitives that I will pull up will not be this one. I'll show you which one it'll be in a minute because I just love it. So let me get this all tucked in here. Okay. Next one is a hats sampler, Hands Across the Sea. This is Sarah Rames. I guess Rames. She was the Queen of the May last year. Yes. She was the Queen of the May last year. And look at these stunning colors. And so here it tells you how she's the Queen of the May. And here's her name again. So I really like this one, but again, I have other ones ahead of it. So I have it kitted up with the 103s, and I am stitching mine on 46 count Bristol. And this was my start. The funny thing is usually when I start, I'm an upper left-hand corner starter. But I really wanted to start stitching this down here. So I started with the corner piece, and that's as far as I got. And then I got squirreled onto something else. So that's as far as I got on that one. But it is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that one is also in a group in 2. So it will get pulled up slowly. Knowing me, slowly. The next one is the Gather In, and I started this one just this last year after seeing Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, stitching this one, and it was absolutely beautiful. So this is, again, Plum Street Samplers, and it's just so pretty. Really liked working on this one. Don't fall. Okay. So this one, I'm stitching on 46 count Color and Cotton white tee with the called for overdyed. And they look perfectly wonderful on here. Somebody asked me about the thickness on 46 count. And on this one, they look great. So I'm stitching 1/2 on 46 count. And that's how far I got. But look at that variegation. It is just beautiful, beautiful. And this one, I hope to be able to pull it up then in the summer and get it done. So a lot of people I watch talk about being seasonal stitchers. They will only like to stitch in the season. I stitch anything, anytime. It doesn't bother me. So I don't have a preference. I have another hat sampler. Look how cute. This is Margaret Doyle. Almost said Days. Margaret Doyle. This is a limited edition for Teresa Vanette, Kitten Stitcher. Had to think about it. So you could order them off her shop. I think she may still have charts. I'm not really sure. But it is super, super cute. And these colors are so pretty. I bought the kit from her. So I'm assuming it's the called for linen. I'm not really sure. I have all my working threads everywhere. Sorry. I'm like parking them on the side kind of thing. So I've got, just ignore those. It's on 46 count. I do know that. And I'm using 103s. So that's as far as I got on that. I just wanted to start when everybody else was starting. So that's what I did there. Then this one, I'm not a Halloween person at all. But when Misty Purcell does Halloween, it's just like irresistible. This is Boo Hoo. And it's by Luminous Fiber Arts. I'm sure you can buy them in other places. I'm pretty sure Fat Quarter Shop has this. But she also has a website. And I think it's luminousfiberarts.com. So this is all I got done. It's just on a mystery piece of linen. It looks like Fox and Rabbit. It's either Duxbury or Mayflower. I think it's the other. Isn't that the other stained looking one? that's all I got finished. But it was around Halloween time, and it just got like a wild hair, I guess, and thought I had to stitch on it, so I did. Okay, this is the Twin Peak Primitives. Why do I keep doing that? They're open, Jennifer. That I will pull out of 2 first. And this is the Springfield sampler. This was their, to enter the to go to the Netherlands or whatever. This was the chart that you bought to put your name in there. But I just wanted the chart. It is so beautiful. Again, this is Twin Peak Primitives. You can order, they have an Etsy shop that you can get this from still. And what I did was I called Keepsake in Ohio to get it kitted, and I wanted it converted to silks. So this is a conversion they did for me. And aren't those beautiful? So I started this, and it's on 46 count cream linen. They picked the linen and everything for me. And this was back on April 3rd, 2021 is when I started it. So here's my linen, and here's my small start. But look how beautiful that is. Those colors on here just look so pretty, and you can't really tell from there. The linen, it's called cream, but it has kind of a peachy tone to it, and so it brings out the color of the silk so beautifully. I really like this one too. They did a fabulous job converting that. So that one will be the first Twin Peak Primitives that gets pulled up into group 1. All right, next one is Birds of a Feather. And look how sweet. I love her. I love her tiny little waist, and I love his long little legs. This is called My Betrothed Sampler. Yes. Okay, Birds of a Feather. Here it is, and it's called My Betrothed Sampler. And I love the sentiment on it. I know some people don't. I do like it, so it will be stitched. It's just so pretty. I love that. So this one, I started back when I did Jubilant June, so June 9th, 2019. And so these are DMCs on which I'm stitching. This is one of those that I started. This one I started 3 times. Okay. So first I started 2 over 2. That's this one. Then I tried 1 over 2. And I was like, nope, didn't like that. So then I jumped back over here. And I started 1 over 1. And I was like, okay, that's better. And this is on 32 count Sand Belfast. My only problem is I felt couldn't tell if the stitches were getting too thick, because it's 1 strand over 1 on 32. So that would be like 64 count linen. So maybe I should do 103, started a 4th time, do a 103 silks from Oversois, because they're thinner than the DMCs. So I may do that, but that's why it's in group 3, because I haven't made a final decision what I want to do on this. Okay, this one is one of the first things that I ever worked on, top 5 that I ever started. And this is a Brenda Keys, and it is the multiplication sampler. So, Sampler Company. Now, I have since bought another one of these that I like even better than this one, but I will finish both of them. I really like it. So this one I am using this DMC. It's variegated. I love red. So I'm stitching this over 1 on 28 count. And this is what I have so far. Okay, so then let me put this away. Next in group two is another Twin Peak Primitives, and this is all Pam's fault. This is, ooh, look how bent that is. This is the Trilogy sampler. I don't know if it's a sampler, but it's the Trilogy. What is it called? It's 3 samplers. Hold on, my dog is wanting me to throw something. Do you want me to throw the toy? Give me the toy. Okay. Go get it. He's whining because he wants to play. It's 3 samplers. I bought them all together, but I thought they were called like a trilogy or something. American Trilogy. Here we go. Here's the front. Couldn't find the front. It's called American Trilogy by Twin Peak Primitives. And this one stalled because I wanted to do it all on one page, and I've got graph paper in here where I've been trying to figure it out, but then I couldn't decide, and so then I made myself just step back and look at it. So I'm doing mine on 28 count stone, and I'm stitching it over 1 with the called for DMC, and it is so pretty. I just have to, I need some time to sit down and figure out how to put them together the way I want. So anyway, so that one, that is why that one's in group 2. This kind of stuff, I have to wait till the summer when I don't have school, or so much school, I should say. All right, so the next one, this hot car in Texas when it's 120 degrees outside. Don't leave your project bag that's vinyl front with your pattern next to it because it pulls the color off. So this is the crowned bird sampler, and it is really, really pretty, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So again, Plum Street samplers. I think hers are misleading sometimes. So I started this one, plus I think I did it on 36 count. No, not this one. That's a different one. I started this one in 2019 in Jubilant June. So June 28th. And I'm doing it on 40 count summer khaki. And I'm just using the called for, oh, it's Belle Soie. Is that what it's called for? Yep. Silks used. It's the called for silks. And it's really pretty. And this is how much I have done so far. Again, this will probably be the first one of hers that I will pull up. Because for me, that's a lot of stitching. Some people are like, oh, Christy from Crosshatch Quilts. She's like, oh, it's just a little bit. I can start over. I'm thinking, there's no way. That's a lot of stitching to me. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, I'm going to put that one there so I can put it front. The next one is Teresa Kogut's Land That I Love. Land That I Love, pretty sure. So, Teresa Kogut. And look at this yumminess. These houses right here. I'd like a drum with just that. I think that's just gorgeous. So, this one I did a conversion to 103s because I wanted to stitch it on 46 count. So you can see where I took my DMC and I went into the Tinsmith's Wife and I sat on her floor for a couple of hours one day and I matched them up. So I did that, but I haven't like gotten it all together. So I just stitched one little flower and then I stopped and said, yeah, I think that's going to look good. So this is 46 count. Hold on. Nope, 56 count Confederate Gray. Oh, I love Confederate Gray. I started it September 2nd, 2020. Here we go. Confederate gray is one of my favorite colors for samplers. So that's my go-to if it's a grayish looking sampler. Okay. Oh, I better put the chart back in there. And I just finished a Teresa Kogut, so I don't know if I have another one. If not, then this one can be pulled up in there because I just finished her Mystery Sal in December. All right, my next one is a Blackbird Designs. And this is Sweetheart Pincushion. This one is actually, I guess, should be in a restart, but I don't like my stitches on it. It's a 36 count is the one that, oh, let me show you what. This is in this book, My Dear Hearts by Blackbird Designs. So this one is in this book. And at the time, this is Tango. And the only one I could find, ooh, that looks very orange. It's not. It's very red. Interesting. It's looking almost rusty. That looks more like it. Anyway, the only one I could find was a 36 count from 123 Stitch. And so I got that one. But when I started stitching on it, look at, this is with one strand. So I'm going to, technically, it's a restart. And I thought I'm going to try to use Sulky because it's thicker. And I'm hoping that will help that out. Because I'm using, I don't know if these are the called for, but these are the ones that I picked out. I have Classic Colorworks Lighthouse and Mariner's Compass. So those are the two colors that I picked out. But I have a Sulky that I can use. So. But I know I have a Blackbirds that's in group 1 that I have to finish. So. Ooh. Oh. This one, what did I do with my, oh, right here. This one was one of the first things I started 4 years ago, and this is a Misty Purcell. She was stitching this. I think she started it maybe in January. I can't remember. Anyway, I started stitching in December, and maybe she started it in December. And I thought, sure, no problem. You know, I'm a brand new stitcher. I can do this. And this is Rosewood Manor, and it's American Flag Quilt Sampler. And it looks very dated, but it does not in person, so just keep that in mind. But there are a lot of, like, fractional stitches in here. And so this one, I can get a lot done in the summer when I can actually sit for, you know, a few hours at a time and work on it. This is as far as I've gotten. So I'm pretty sure Misty gave hers to somebody. Like, she stopped stitching it. But I really want to finish it. I just think it's going to be beautiful. It's just going to take me a long time. So this one, I guess technically should be in group 1. I don't think I have another Rosewood. But it is one that is going to take quite a while to get finished. Then the other one that I have is this one, and this is Hats, Another Hands Across the Sea. I love this. I love a band sampler. This red right here, these little tiny eyelets, they're like, oh, well, in the linen I'm stitching on, but they're just teeny tiny. They're not like over 2, they're just over 1. And then, it's hard to see, but the yellow band, or the yellow little, it's hard to see in the picture. It's called a queen stitch. Yeah, queen stitch or a rococo stitch. Rococo stitch. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I mean, there's diagrams. I've watched YouTube videos. Mine look horrible. So I'm to right about here with a couple of little ones right here I need to finish. And the over 1 on the words is fine. I like that. But, oh, my floss isn't in here, so I can't tell you what I'm stitching this on. But I can show you. I'm using the silk. So this is it Let me see. Can you see? Here we go. So that's where I am. It's this, my drink's in the way. Hold on. This yellow right here is that queen stitch, and mine is just sloppy messy. Well, it looks bad now too because it's not taut, but I like the satin stitches. I think those are great. I like the over one. I like everything else, just that yellow one. And so I finally was like, I need a break, because you've got to do it all the way across here and then all the way across here. So I was trying to do, you know, a strand of floss here and then come up and do a strand of floss here. But you don't get very far in a strand of floss when there's that much stitching. So anyway, so I put it in group 2. There's another one in group 1, so it's fine. All right, so that's another one. Then this is, I thought this one was supposed to be in 1. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be in 1. I put this in the wrong one. This is Ragamuffin 2 sampler. I'm pretty sure. Yes. This is Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanette. This is her Shakespeare's Peddler. I really love this. And so this one, I have a small stitch. I don't think I have another one in 1. I'll put it to the side. This is on 36 count winter brew linen. And the reason I stopped on this is because I don't like 36 count. So let me show you my stitches. So I stopped stitching on it because I can't tell if I want to restart it. I feel like it's a pretty tight, it's R&R reproduction fabric. I feel like it's a pretty tight weave, but something about it is still causing me fits. So this is what I have. That's it. So that, I wanted to have that finished last year. That's what I said. If you watch my YouTube videos from the beginning of last year, I'm pretty sure I said that that one I wanted finished, but it is not. So I really thought that was my one that was in, because I in group 1. Okay, I'm going to put it to the side. We're going to find out. All right. This one, I love this one, but this is another one that's real big. And I have a really big sampler in group 1. And so this will be the next one that I pull up. This is Hannah Pepper, and she's in Fine Lines magazine. So it's like four of them. And she's so pretty. She's just so pretty. This is my working copy. So, this one I started, it says April 7th, 2022, but then I restarted it April 23rd, 2022. And this is the one that I started it. And if you look at the first, it's not an episode, the first edition that this sampler is in, the stitch count that they tell you it is, it's not right. So my piece of fabric was too small. So I had to buy a whole yard of Duxbury linen by Fox and Rabbit so it would fit. And I was so upset because I had, for me, I had a lot done. So this is how far I've gotten. That's how big it's going to be. So, oh no, wait, is that the back? That's the back. Try again, Jennifer. I was like, this, the colors look a little dull. Okay, there we go. There it is. Looking at this, I really just want to start stitching it again. I really like this a lot. So anyway, but I have that other big one that I need to finish first. And I told myself, you're never going to get anything finished if you're just doing a little here and a little there. So trying to be a grown-up. It's just not very much fun. But when I look at these, it makes me really want to pull them out. It's funny, I've been watching WIP parades, and it's interesting to see how much needle workers think alike. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second and put this pile up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I guess I should have said I really have another group, and these are my smalls that I'm keeping in a separate little burlap basket that I have here. And so these are smalls that I would like to finish this year. And the first one that I want to show you, that's the finishing kit. This is the Philanthropic Pumpkin by Hands On Design. This was a collaboration with Lady Creates, I'm pretty sure, and it was to raise money for Special Olympics. And so I was very excited that I got it. I got the kit, everything, and do not like my stitches, so don't look at them very well. It's because it's on a lower count, and I made some mistakes. And is that the right side? Nope, that's the back again. Jennifer, get it together. So this is got a working thread sitting there. Here we go. That looks better. Okay. So I think I'm off somewhere, but I'm just going to leave it and hope that it works out well. So this one is almost finished, and so I'm pretty sure I can finish it this year. I need to like pick a day a month maybe and work on, you know, a small till I get it done. So that is one of the smalls. And this one I have got to get done, and I don't have a picture. I don't know what I did with my cover, but I have not had it. But it's the heartstring samplery. It's the Biscornu Flanders Fields. Biscornu, I'm pretty sure. And so I did the front of it for my mom, and I never finished it. So this is the back. I've got to get this done. So this is the back of it, and I don't have a picture, but if you Google Flanders Field Biscornu by Heartstring Samplery, I'm pretty sure you'll see it. This is the back of it. It's a beautiful one. It has these red poppies on it. So this is another bag I kept for myself because look how cute that is. I know, I shouldn't have, but I did. All right, so then the other smalls. This one, I saw Jennifer at Jen Stitching Niche stitch this years ago, and I will probably give this to my daughter. They're more her colors. I really like the colors. I don't have anywhere I would put it. This is by Summer House. Sophia, that's the name of it. Sophia is the name of it, and it's by Summer House Stitch Works. And I just really like the colors. They don't really go in my house, but I really like the colors. Let's see what it says. Oh, I started at Pi Day in 2021. And I'm doing it on 40 count Velt by Picture This Plus. And of course, Velt, it has kind of a greenish tint to it, which I thought was perfect for this. So that's how far I got, but I'm pretty sure I can finish that because it's just this right here. So I just need to pick it up to do it, right? So that one should be pretty easy to finish. This one, I don't know, but I don't have much done on it, but I would like to do it. This one is My Beloved Is Mine journal cover. And I don't know if I'd do it as a journal cover. I haven't really decided that yet. But I just love this. My Beloved Is Mine. Ugh. So this one, I'm stitching on 40 count Weeks Dye Works linen, the color linen. And now don't freak out. But I'm very close to the top. But technically, I can stitch it in there. It's fine. So, I mean, I probably should restart it. It was just a scrap of linen. And I was thinking, I think I want to do a, like a needle book or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may restart it. Because if I want to do a needle book, it really needs to be on the other side. Anyway, so I have that. That one, I'm not thinking I'll have finished this year. I mean, it's not on my list or anything, but it's there if I choose to work on it. Look, I need to watch this back and figure out which project was 46 count Fox and Rabbit Eureka, because I have the card for it right here. So, all right, that one probably not getting done this year, but it's an option. This one I think this is the one that houses 2 projects. So, Savor Every Stitch. This is Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts. This one, where is it? Uh-oh. There it is. It's okay. I'm stitching it 1/1 on some mystery count. It looks like it's either 28 or probably 32 counts. Isn't it cute? Oh, I want to finish that. No idea what I'll do with it, but did I show this long enough? I feel like I did not. So this is, again, Luminous Fiber Arts by Misty Purcell. Super, super cute. Then this one also houses this one. This is, again, Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell, Cardinal Noel. So this is the one that my color, I'm trying to stitch it on Ada. My color white is not showing up on this. And I think this is like 18 count. Hold on. Yes, 18 count mint green in Ada. And so I'm determined I'm going to learn to stitch on it. But I don't think the white is showing up. So I need to change my white. I just can't figure out what to change it to. Maybe I could just outline the candy canes. That would be fine. But these snowflakes just don't show up. So I don't know if it should be brighter or if I should do more of a cream color. I don't know. That's why I stalled out on this one, because the white just wasn't showing up. So I think I could finish both of those this year also. These smalls, I really think I'm going to start, I will focus on them also during the summer. So if I had one whole day to stitch, some of these things I think I could get done. Now that's just, you know, me thinking that. But I forgot, I meant to put this in the other room. These are these cute little mini samplers, and there's one for every month. So like here's January. I wanted to stitch these, and I thought I can do that. I can finish one of these a month. That's not a problem. But my problem is, what are you going to do with it when you're finished with it? I start thinking about that, so I know like what kind of linen I want to use or how much to leave around it. And I just can't decide what I want to do with them. Anyway, I just overthink things. I'm that way. That's just the way I am about everything. It drives my husband crazy. So I have a piece of 40 count Storm by Picture This Plus. And here is my January, which I think it looks beautiful. So I think I'm going to take this and put this in and work on it tonight, and we'll get it finished. That's what I'm going to tell myself. So this is my keep it out. All right, this is Plum Street Samplers Stockings. And the his and hers Thanksgiving stockings. And here's what they look like. They're little. They're not big. I've started hers. I think I have hers and the beginning of this flower. So I would like to have these finished for Thanksgiving this year. I told myself to check through and do anything seasonal so it would beforehand, so it would be ready for the season. But this one is the Snapshot series, and this one I almost gave up on, but I just really, really like this. This is by Pine Mountain Designs, and it's called the Snapshot series, and it's July. You can buy all of these at Fat Quarter Shop. I think they even sell them in a set. I think they used to have a floss set, but I'm not really sure. I just pulled the DMCs, and I started mine on 40 count unknown linen and June 2nd, 2021. So I really should have this done. I'm not doing any of the others. I'm not doing the whole series. I just really liked the patriotic one. I'm a patriotic kind of person, so I'm hoping I can have that one completed before 4th of July. I'd like to be able to put it up. We'll see. So then this is one that, oh, you know what? This one is by my stitching chair, so I can't show you what I have done, but it's almost finished. This I picked up when I first met, I think it's when we first met, Sarah. She is Stitches with Sarah, I think, on FlossTube and on Instagram. Go watch her. She's a lot of fun. And she's doing a bunch of starts right now, so it's fun to watch on Instagram. Anyway, she already has hers finished, so I need to finish mine. So I have that one in by my chair. I was like, where's the project? It's not in there. I'll take that back to my chair. This one is a kit that I bought. It's JBW Designs. It was a 2022 ABC Hornbook kit. And I have it almost finished. I have everything. The hornbook, everything was in the kit. So there's my hornbook. Here is my, it's hard to tell the front from the back. Oops, got linen and thread everywhere. So I'm about halfway finished. Yep, about halfway finished. So if I had a couple of days, I could get that one finished too, I'm pretty sure. So I would like that one set out. Love red. Ooh, I could do it for Valentine's Day even. All right, and then this one is Stitching with the Housewives. I don't do a lot of their stuff. I don't like the cutesy, like this kind of part. But I do something about the Christmas, is it City Christmas, that I really like. So I stitched it over one. Now, I love them. I think they're hilarious. I love to watch them. But some of their stuff, I just don't stitch much of their stuff. But I really like this. And I'm going to put one of the other houses here, a tree at the end here, a tree between here, and a tree here. And then I have a little wooden box from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to put it on top of. Isn't it cute? And I'm going to connect this one like that over here also. And just leave it plain like that. I don't like a lot of stuff on it, so that's good. That'll work for me. I think that one's really pretty. Have you seen the Valentine one? I like the Valentine city too. So I don't know what it is about the cities that it's getting me. Then the last thing in my smalls is the Arc. I'm pretty sure it's called. Yep, the Arc by Lottie Da. And this one just calls for 2 flosses, and so I picked out 2 silks. And this is a floss keeper where I put them on. Misty Purcell sent this to me for my birthday a few years ago. So sweet. So, do I know what? I do not know what linen this is. Okay, but the floss is Straw Bonnet. And then the silk is Silken Colors Ink Black. I don't know why it's in this bag, but it's in this bag. Isn't that funny? Silken Colors. Okay, so this is how much I have completed. Whoops. Try that way. Oh, it's really pretty. I love this black on this fabric. I think it looks really good. All right, so I'm already at 1 hour and 23 minutes. I don't know if I should upload this and do a part 2. I guess that's what I should do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And so that's all of my smalls and my group 2 and 3. So that's not my number 1 group. We're going to talk about that on my next video. So I'm going to have to go ahead and upload this, and hopefully it'll work. It usually takes overnight, so I won't be able to film the next half until tomorrow because my phone won't hold it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, FlossTube. So thank you for joining me for the first 1.5 hours. So the next one should not be as long. And you know what? Maybe I'll do the drawing for the, I'll wait and film the next half this weekend. Today is Tuesday. So I'll get this uploaded. Hopefully it'll upload by Wednesday. And that'll give you a few days to go back and watch the other one if you're interested in. Let me show you the journal. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is my journal for the year, my stitching journal that I made. And all of my papers that I created that are on my link tree that you can download for free, print out, whatever. This is where I'm keeping track of my stitching this year because it's... what do they call it? Traveler's notebook. So the pages can come in and out. You can take them in and out easily. So I made a journal on the camera. So in case you want to make your own journal cover, I show you how to make it out of an Amazon mailer. And this is what the inside of this one looks like. And these are the elastics where you put the papers. And so I'm having a giveaway for this with all the papers for the first 3 months. And I will draw for this then this weekend. So it's really cute. I try to make it more plain like mine. I put splatters and stuff on it, but I didn't know if people would really like that. So anyway, if you're interested, just go back over on this video and I'll tell you exactly how to enter. I think I forget to do it and I have to go back and add it later. But anyway, so if you're interested, I will draw for that this weekend. So just giving you a heads up. All right, FlossTube. So until this weekend, I'll talk to you later. Be kind to each other. Bye.